What's up, guys? Since it's a Poke month, I'm gonna go ahead and make a video here. Today, I'm going to rank every single starter and their evolutions, and then figure out which of the starting lineups from which games is the best, from which region is the best. I already have all of them written down here, but I'm going to be using the tier maker as a visual tool to show you guys, so I don't have to sit and spend hours editing. I'm too lazy for that. So yeah, let's go ahead and just get into it. We'll go ahead and start with the form ones here, the base forms. I'm gonna go from worst to first. Let's go. So last for the base forms, I have freaking Gekwa. This thing looks dumb. I I hate the approach they've taken with water types recently. As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you 29 and 28 too. Uh, it's not good. Not good. I hate the approach they've taken recently. Um, I'm a pretty water heavy when choosing my starter. That's not true. I'm pretty balanced when it comes to choosing my starter, but for the most part, I think I end up choosing water. Uh, I have not for the past multiple generations. I didn't mind Popuyo. I will get into Popuyo later, but I prefer the other two starters over it, but it was okay. I do have a liking for it. These three, Gekwa, Sobble, and Quaxley, are absolutely terrible. I think they are so dumb. Fucking Donald Duck looking ass. And two lizards. One is emotional as hell, and the other one is a drag queen. Um, I I don't know. Obviously, we don't know anything about the evolutions for the starters for winds and waves. Not a good start though. Not a good start. At 27, I have Pombon. It literally just looks like a dog with a little bit of red on it. I don't understand. It looks like it would be a normal type, honestly. It doesn't even look like it'd be a fire type. It it just looks generic as hell. And just look at that thing. I mean, we don't know the stats or the moves for either of these two yet. But it's not good. And same thing with Brout. I mean, it's better than the other two. And I originally had it lower, but the online Brout supremacy campaign has rubbed off on me a little bit. Like it's kind of funny. Um, I feel like its evolution is going to be a flying type, and it's going to have its unibrow be its wings, which is going to be stupid as hell. But it's better than the other two, I guess. That is really all it has going for it. Um, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it. Getting into one that's at least somewhat tolerable, Fuecoco. Fuecoco, it's kind of funny. It's also really dumb. Uh, it's a mixture of stupid, funny, and kind of admirable how they do the Day of the Dead, Deus de Muertos ambiance to it, look to it. It's I don't know. It's got something going for it. Uh, Next, yeesh, Fennekin. I feel similarly to Fennekin as I do to Pombon, but not as much because at least there's a little bit more red to it. It kind of just, they're like, let's just take a dog and put some red on it, and that's close enough to being a fire type. But I mean, there's a few of those. There's a few of those, but some of them at least look better. Fennekin, just kind of generic. I don't really have much to say about it either. 23, Froakie. Froakie, I mean, I like it. He's a little odd, but I like the bubbles around its neck, the bubble like glasses. But it isn't like, I don't know. It doesn't stand out. If you were to get to choose between every single water type, it would be low on the totem pole. I think for most people, if it was like no evolutions or anything, it was just the base starters, only water, even then it would be really low on the totem pole. It's just not that great. Stats aren't that great. If I remember right, the move pool it learns isn't that great. Once it evolves, that's a different story, but we'll get into that. At 22, Chikorita. I have nothing to say about Chikorita that hasn't already been said. It looks fine, but its stats are terrible. The typing really does not work out for the region that it's a part of. It's not good. It is not good at all. 21, Grookey. I love monkeys. Spoiler for stuff higher up on the list. I think they're a funny animal. Even just saying the word is funny. Monkey. But it's kind of, again, generic. I mean, it's cute. It looks decent, but it just doesn't. I don't know. I look at it, it blends in. It literally blends into the stuff lower on the list. And to me, if you're blending with Pokemon that are on the lower end of a list, that is a bad sign. Very bad sign. 20, Chespin. Same thing as Grookey. Literally the exact same thing as Grookey. It just doesn't stand out. Tepig, same thing. I mean, it's fine. Fine enough to make it into the teens, but the upper teens. The move pool it has is a little bit better. I think you can learn like roll out by leveling up, stuff like that. I know it's evolutions again, but not that great. 18, got Sprigatito, the best of the Paldea region. Sprigatito is very cute. I like the kitty. I do like cats a lot. Another spoiler for higher up on the list. But again, if I remember right, stats aren't that great. Again, looks a little bit generic. It's better than the others, at least as like the leaf print on its head. But it just doesn't stand out as much as Pokemon higher up does. This area of the list these are not bad. None of the ones from Sprigatito like onward are bad at all. They're just kind of average. So they're just not as good as the ones up on the top end of the list. That's really all there is to it. 17, Scorbunny. Similar thing to Sprigatito. It's a notch up for these guys. It doesn't really scream fire type other than like the red that's on it. but you get a little bit more of an impression based off just the look of it. Um, its stats are better than the others. It is really fast, if I remember correctly. Um, yeah, 16. This we're in the middle of the pack here is Popplio. Popplio, I remember the absolute smear campaign that came out when Sun and Moon came out. And maybe that's why it's higher on the list, is because I just feel for it a little bit. Um, but it's not a bad look. It's not as good as the other two, but it's not a bad look. I like the sea lion uh, circus. Like it has like the clown nose, or like the ball on its nose. I think that's a really neat little gimmick, a neat little look to it. Um, I think its stats were like mid, but that's neither here nor there. All right, right in the middle of the pack is Oshawott. I love Oshawott. I love Oshawott, especially in the anime. It's singing its name going up the stairs. I love it, but I'm trying to be a little bit objective here. Objective in a subjective list. Um, it it's just fine. It's really just fine. It's cute. That's why I like it so much. And I really, really like Razor Shell as a move. It's probably one of my favorite water type moves. Um, I don't know why. I just love it. Um, and I can learn like bug type moves to counter grass. Um, but it's just fine. It's honestly really just fine. And speaking of which, Snivy. I also love Snivy, but it also kind of screams generic, other than the cool vibe it gives off, like the smug look that it has, and the leaf tail. It it just doesn't really stand out that much. And now we're getting into the ones that are good. If you look at the list here, the unranked base, the ones we have left, these guys are good. Snivy is on it. They're on the low end or the high end of average. Low end of good. I mean, we'll start with Rowlet. Rowlet is really cute. Um, I like that it has like one of the first special grass type moves as like a base thing that grass type Pokemon has had. None of them have had Leafage before Rowlet. Them adding that was really good. The bow tie made out of leaves is really funny. I mean, the cons to it are kind of similar to. It's not. It doesn't even really look that generic. It's just not as good as the other ones. It's good. 12 Piplup. Piplup does look a little generic. Piplup blends in with Oshawott. They're both cute. I like them both, but they're just not screaming at me how good the designs are, especially in the regions that they're a part of. I do choose Oshawott typically, but Piplup I never choose in Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum. Yeah. 11. We got Torchic. I started with Torchic. I got into Pokemon. I was probably 3 years old when I played Pokemon Ruby, and I would choose Torchic every single time. When it evolves, it's amazing, and the base form is pretty cute. But like Piplup, it's a little generic. I mean, you kind of get the ember looking vibe on the top of its head, but it also kind of just looks like a leaf in the autumn. Um, like if it was an evolution for like Hisuian Decidueye, it would make sense. It wouldn't stand out. Be like, that's a fire type evolving into a grass type. Just, it looks like it would be. It doesn't scream that, hey, I'm fire type, you know. Stats, average. Look, pretty good. It's cute. Um, I think it's just nostalgia that I have it up to 11. It honestly, if you people were to put it lower, it would make sense. I could see it being like as low as where Tepig is. It would make sense. I just don't feel that way. Getting into the top 10 here. 10. Trico. Trico's got the smug vibes that Snivy gives off. It just executes it better. Um, that's it. 9. Litten. When I talked about how liking cats, Litten is an execution of a like doing that well. Um, I'm pretty sure its eyes and the mark on its head are a sign for fire, if I remember correctly. I just can't remember what like the sign was, like where it came from or originated from. But that's a really cool, neat little detail that if you don't know about it, will go over your head. The whiskers kind of look a little embery. Um, it just looks. It looks like the typical cat that is just fed up with dealing with people, and I kind of love it. Um, at 8, yeesh, the stands will get to me, but Charmander, it's better than the other fire types because at least it has fire on it. It's the first one that actually has fire on it and not it just being red, or orange. But you know, it's good, but it's like the mid part of good. It's getting the job done really well. And I like it a lot. I think time and fatigue of dealing with Charmander and Charizard has just been detrimental to it. Um, if that makes sense. I don't view it as fondly as I used to because I'm so tired of seeing it. But number 7, Bulbasaur. I think it's one of 2 Pokemon starters that have 2 typings right from the get go. Yeah, it's just Bulbasaur and Rowlet, 2 grass types. Rowlet obviously being grass flying, which helped it. And then Bulbasaur grass poison. And grass poison is a typing duo we get a lot of. It's not necessarily its fault though. I mean, you also got like Bellsprout in those games, but Bellsprout sucks. I hate Bellsprout. I know some people like Bellsprout. I don't. I don't really know how they do. I think it looks terrible. Its stats are terrible. I don't understand it, but you know, I guess wimpy little flowery looking thing has its own fan base. Um, Number 6, got Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil, I think, manages to be one of the most overrated and underrated starters. Like when the people talk about it, they talk about how great it is. It's the best Johto starter. I very strongly disagree. Um, I feel that way even more strongly with the jump to 3D. The fire not constantly being on the sprite, it makes it look terrible. But even out the get go, or like when it first came out, I think it's good. It obviously it's right outside the top 5, but it somehow is overrated and overlooked, and it's honestly it's a little crazy. And number 5, we got my boy Squirtle. I'm part of the Squirtle squad. I love Squirtle. Uh, Partly because the anime and it having the sunglasses on. It's funny. Partly I don't know. I don't know. It just looks good. It's just I don't know. I honestly don't even know how to put it into words because looking at it, it doesn't scream water type. Well, it does, but like it's similar to like Piplup and Oshawott. Um, but it just does it better. It just does it better than those two. It's just good, and like, stats are good. Defensively, if I am remembering correctly, it's strong, and it can learn moves like withdrawal and iron defense and stuff like that to make it even more tanky. Yeah, and still on this turtle tortoise vibe. Got Turtwig. Turtwig is very funny looking. I love how mildly derpy but also cute it is. You can tell it's a grass type a little bit more than the other grass types because it has a twig coming out of its head instead of a stick holding a pony as like a ponytail or like just a leaf on the tail. I guess it's similar to those, but I don't know. I like the derpy turtle vibe. Speaking of derpy, in the top 3 we got Mudkip. Mudkip is so funny looking. It is so funny looking. I love it. It is one of the most derpy but adorable things I have ever seen. I love the little orange like spikes. It looks like they might be like supposed to be like toxic spikes maybe. So you'd kind of get the impression maybe it'd be a water poison type. But spoiler alert, it isn't. It's so cute, and then like the fin, and I think I can't remember if it has 2 tails or if it's not until Marshtomp, but it has its 2 tails. But it's really cute. Two. These two are close, but at number 2 I have Chimchar, and at number 1 I have Totodile. I love how in Totodile in the anime it would bite everything. It would run around biting people. Again, doesn't scream the typing that it is, but it's really good, and it can learn. Excuse me. All the biting moves. I think it can learn all the biting moves. I can learn Bite, Crunch, Ice Fang. I probably can't learn Fire Fang. I can probably learn Thunder Fang. I know for a fact it can learn Ice Fang though, which helps it a lot. I think it's just the best. And Chimchar, it was really close between these two. It's literally, it comes down to the most mild thing. I don't like the hair that's on the top of its head. That's it. It is the most mild thing ever. If it looked a little different, I would like it more. I would like it more in Totodile, and it would be number 1. And that would be such a big thing. I'll show you, because we're getting into the secondary forms here. So last here for the secondary forms is Drizzile. This thing, emo multicolored lizard, absolute dog shit. This thing looks terrible. And you know what? We'll just get out the terribles out of the way. Thwacky's at 26. Crocolore, while I like its sombrero, that's the only thing it has going for it. If it didn't have that, it'd be lower. The sombrero that's also a nest, like a bird nest with an egg on it. That I like. But it'd be last if it didn't have that. Quaxwell, and then I don't like Croconaw. It looks like an egg, which is cool and also terrible. I Looks terrible. Alright, so 22, we got Quilladin. It looks similar to... It's a similar vibe to Crokinole. I hate how round and just uncomfortably gross looking it is. It just doesn't work. Similar to Crocolore, too. 21, still on the round thing. Pignite. And then it being the third firefighting in a row. And it being really slow. I basically, whenever I use it, I just have to spam Flame Charge to get its speed up and then start doing other attacks. Which, yeesh, you know, not great. What are we on? 20? We got Grottle still on the round, uncomfortably, like, ugh, territory. I don't know what it is with Pokemon. The starters, the middle evolutions have to look so just uncomfortable. I can't stand looking at them. It's like, thank God they're the form that you have, like, for the shortest amount of time, because barring a few exceptions, they don't look good. 19, also really uncomfortable. Frogadier. It's getting into fine territory. Brionne, I like the water bubble, like pigtails, and it looks like waves are sort of like the skirt that it has on, but it got a little bit too like effeminate. It's not like super gender neutral, but there's Pokemon higher up that are also not gender neutral, that are straight up masculine, so I guess I'm hypocritical and misogynistic, but I don't know. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for Brionne for me. 17, Combusken. This thing just looks like a dick. It just straight up looks like a dick. It still has the autumn ember looking thing on its head. It doesn't look all that great. The first firefighting, though, it was a really unique typing at the time. But yeah, when I look at it, it literally just, all I see is dick. And that's not good for a Pokemon. Next we have Emo Fancy Owl Dartrix. I'm just going to try to speed through these guys. 15, we got Marshtomp. King of Derpy. Absolute king of derpiness here. 14, Prinplup. It might be one of the most forgettable starter evolutions ever, honestly. Along with this thing. Whatever. Braixen, I think it is. Honestly, just forgettable. It's kind of crazy how before, like, getting into the top 10s of the middle evolutions is how forgettable are they? Bailey, this is what I mean. Like, these guys, I don't know. I really hate how Pokemon does this. Florigato at 11. All right, I'll slow down here now because we're at the top 10. 10. Quilava. Quilava, the sprite looks fine. I like the fire coming out. The jump to 3D was really detrimental to it. Because again, the fire went away, and it also wasn't on 2 legs. It was on all 4, so it kind of just looked, I don't know, bland. Along with the stuff below it. Just how being forgettable is good because they're not absolutely horrendous. 9, Servine. This is the more like feminine looking starter that looks better. I think it executes it better than Brion does. Um, you can tell that it's just a step above Snivy. Um, I don't like that the arms shrank and turned into just little leaves. And obviously, spoiler for what I don't like about Superior. But yeah, it becomes a little bit more snake-like. I don't know what the yellow is that's coming like out around its neck, but I guess it's like a neat little touch design-wise. I just don't really know what it is. Um, yeah, number 8, Raboot. I love the super long drooping ears, the athletic ninja type athletic wear it's kind of wearing. The band-aid looking thing that was on Scorbunny's nose is now a headband. Um, Super athletic vibe, and I like it. It's a neat touch, and you can tell the direction that they're going in, um, as opposed to most of these other evolutions where it's like, hey, this base form's cute, and now it's really uncomfortable, so that the next thing can be cool. It just goes cute, uncomfortable, cool. This is progress in the line, and I like that. It, I really like when they do that. All right, 7. Same vibe. War Turtle. It's Squirtle, but it looks a little bit. It looks like it's matured. It's like this is a baby. This is like a teenager, and I like that. Uh, the tail has sort of like grown, and it looks kind of feathery, and it has like the feather-looking ear things. Um, Tough looking. It's real tough, but again, it's the progression. I like the look of the progression. Uh, 6, also on the progression vibe. Torracat. You can tell that it directly came from Litten. The design that is signed for fire has turned from a pattern to straight up hairs. It's straight up hair on it. It has a little bell around its like clavicle that it's fire. Um, Really good design. It is a really good design. Honestly, if these other five ones weren't so good, like 1 through 7 are like the really really good ones. Um, I could see an argument for Torracat to be even higher because I think its stats are also really good. But number 5, Charmeleon, you can tell exactly what they're going for. From the jump from Charmander to Charmeleon, also like just like Squirtle, it's like the in between. It's like the perfect like this thing has be like it's matured. Um, I think it learns Fire Fang once it evolves into Charmeleon too. Um, yeah, it good looking. And then getting Kanto over with. Ivysaur. Ivysaur, just like Bulbasaur, or just like Charmander and Squirtle, it's the more mature version. The bud on its back has blossomed. It's now a flower with the leaves coming out. And other than that, it just looks a little bit older. Top 3, we got Dewott. Dewott is the reason why I love Oshawott so much. It might be my personal favorite middle evolution. I love that it learns bug type moves. It learns Slash. It learns Razor Shell. Um, I love Dewott. I love Dewott, and I hate the turn they took into its evolution. Number 2, Grovyle, the original, like, best middle evolution. You can really tell the direction they're taking with that, too. And at number 1, Monferno. The second fire fighting. Monkey still got the fire tail, the heads, like the orangutan coloring. Yeah, it looks really good. Now, these are the most important forms. I didn't take that into consideration when determining the best lineup. It is everything is equal, but if you are a person that goes off of the final evolutions of which is the best, we will go over that. We will go over what region has each best form, and then the final thing will be the entirety of each lineup. But getting into the most important ones here. What is last? Inteleon. Inteleon is last. This thing looks terrible. I hate how tiny, like, it looks like a stick. It looks like a stick. I guess there's something to be said about, like, that it's a water lizard that is also a spy, like, I guess. But it doesn't do it for me. Neither does Quaquaval, I think it is. It's water fighting. That's the only reason I have it above Inteleon. It's not pure water. At least it's water fighting. But that's it. That's it. It's a dancer, and it's water fighting, and it's a duck. It's really bad, guys. It's really bad. 28 Meganium. Again, OG clown. OG clowning on Pokemon. It is just one of the most forgettable things ever. It got saved with Mega Meganium a little bit. Like, having the fairy typing helped it out a lot. But it's just... no. I guess it's like a dinosaur. That's kind of cool. And it's got a flower around its neck, but what's with its antennas? What's with its head? I don't know. Do not care for it. Where's the next one here? Chestnut. Grass fighting. That's cool. That's all it has going for it. I guess it has like a spiky shield on its back, which is also kind of cool. I think its exclusive move is similar to Protect, but if you do a physical attack on it, it hurts the Pokemon that attacked it. And that's a neat concept. That also helps it. But it's still just not good. Terrible looking design, incredibly slow. Gets destroyed by flying type moves. It's just not that good. Speaking of not that good, Meowscarada went from, I don't know, we went from like good base form to pretty good, but like kind of forgettable middle form to bad final form. The fact that it regressed the way that it did is terrible to me. I hate it. I also don't really care for Rillaboom, but I mean, Monkey, when it looks like that, it's fine, like the picture there, but when it has like the drums, it looks so cringy. It looks uncomfortable. It doesn't look natural to me, and I do not care for it in the slightest. 24 Delphox. The Fire Psychic typing is nice. The Witch 5 that they're going for is kind of cool. I don't like the hair massively growing out of its ears. That's a little weird to me, but we're kind of into like the forgettable final forms. And a final form for a starter, you don't want that in a final form. If you have a forgettable form 2, it can be overlooked because so many of them are bad. But a final form, you have got to nail the landing. And it does not do that at all. 23. Hisuian Decidueye. So, I like the fall coloring. That's a cool way to make it a regional variant. And then that it uses like its legs to kick. I think that's neat. The leaves being a leaf hat is cool, but it's a step down from the original Decidueye, honestly. It's just fine. And again, flying types, get hit by a flying type and it is over. Absolutely over. 22, Emboar. I know other people will have it lower. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I just don't agree with it either. Looking at its head, the head looks unnatural. Which is a really weird thing to say, but it just looks too small for the rest of its body. The fire sort of mane looks cool. The pattern around its waist looks cool. Its stats are okay. It's incredibly slow. Its move pool is good. It can learn poison, rock type moves. It can learn you can keep flame charge, and then obviously firefighting type moves. It learns. It has a good move pool. It has a boatload of health. It's just slow, and its other stats aren't that great. And design-wise, it's just kind of meh. Not as good as the other two firefighting, so it's understandable why people got so tired of firefightings by the time Emboar came around. Number 21, Hisuian Typhlosion. It looks like Typhlosion if it was deprived of food. I guess it's a fire ghost type, so like it kind of makes sense, but like I don't know. Lethargic, bulimic Typhlosion. That's Hisuian Typhlosion. 20. The other fire ghost starter, we got Skeledirge. It looks a little bit more like a Digimon. And I don't mind that, actually. It's a neat change. We have over 1,000 Pokemon, so it's not a terrible change of pace. Its stats, I think it's also got a bunch of health, and its special defense, I think, is really high. And it's a special attacker. I like the fire coming out of the sides of its mouth. Its nose is a bird, which we jumped to it being a clown. That part's a little bit weird to me. The bird is a cloud nose on it. I don't know how to feel about that. I like it having the bird because it's the symbiotic relationship type of thing that crocodiles or alligators have with an actual certain kind of bird. Them doing that is really cool and unique. I like the coloring on it. Again, stats aren't too terrible. Just like they're similar to Emboar's. But yeah, it's just not too great, but it's not terrible. It's definitely unique. Next, we got Serperior. Arms are still little leaves that are crossed behind its back because it's so superior and proper. It's Serperior. um, the legs going away, I really don't like. That's almost like a de-evolution type of thing. Would have been better if I had no legs and then it grew legs, but that's okay. That's okay. Um, 18 Samurott. Such a step down from D-Watt. It looks fine. It's cool. Like the Mega Horn is cool. Uh, Still can know Fury Cutter, which I think D-Watt learns. But like another ghost or another bug type move, that's cool. That's really about it. 17 Cinderace looks a little generic, but it's like it finishes the arc of athlete. It's like uh child liking sports into training teen into professional athlete, which I think is really cool. Um, it's just a little bland in its appearance. Next, we got Primarina. We're in like the middle of the pack here. Primarina, I do like the mermaid vibe that it gives. I did talk earlier about how the more feminine appearance isn't super great. It's definitely not terrible. It makes sense for a mermaid. Uh, it looks like its tail is also like a shell. Um, and then it having the fairy typing. Fairy is like one of the most OP typing in Pokemon. And for a starter to have it and it not be locked behind a Mega Evolution, very helpful. It is very helpful. Um, Next, also from Alola, we got Decidueye. I love the Robin Hood look. I love that it's a hoodie and leaves are its drawstring. It's draw. I don't understand why it's a ghost type though. If someone can explain to me what about it is about like a ghost type thing, I'd appreciate it. Because the only things I can think is just for the balancing out of the starter trio. Um, Move exclusive. Exclusive move is really cool. Um, I like it a lot. I think it's like Shackle Arrow or something like that. Uh, yeah, it's really good. 14, incredibly overrated. Typhlosion. If we were talking just the 3D models, it would be way lower. It looks terrible. Um, like it looks fine. It looks good. It looks like it's trying to be Charizard, but with no wings. But it looks fine. It looks good. 13, Hisuian Samurott. It is a step up from Samurott. The facial hair on it looks better. The shell on its head looks better. The coloring is more unique, and it having the dark typing also helps it a lot. Um, if original Samurott had uh, a secondary typing, it'd probably help it. If it was rock or being rock wouldn't be good because firefighting, and then grass, that'd be terrible for it. But if maybe like bug, if it was like water bug or something like that, because it learns a lot of bug type moves. But yeah, we're not talking about it anymore. We're talking about Hisuian Samurott. Hisuian Samurott, Water Dark. Sorry about that. Oops. Water Dark. Cool, unique typing. Uh, Design is an improvement over the original, and yeah, 12 Venusaur. Big ol' step down from Ivysaur and Bulbasaur. It looks a little bit more. I mean, it going from a flower to a mushroom makes it look a little more ugh. It's just a big fat toad with a mushroom on it, and yeah, it just regressed. Um, Blastoise, another Pokemon that jumped to 3D, hurt it a lot, but it still looks better than like Typhlosion does. You can tell this thing is a tank just looking at it. Uh, I it's a giant turtle with cannons in its back. Like what more could you want? That's awesome. That is awesome. At 10, you got Charizard. I mean, it's a dragon. It's overrated as hell. It is so overrated. But something can be overrated and still be good. And that is Charizard. That is Charizard. If that is the one thing I could use to describe Charizard. Overrated but good. That is it a top 10? Absolutely. Does it need to be in every single Pokemon game for the past 10 years? Oh, no, sorry. 13 years. 13 years? I think 13 years. No. It's been every single game since X and Y. And my cats are zooming around like crazy. That drives me crazy, though. Absolutely does not need to be around. Number 9, Incineroar. I remember people were terrified that it was going to be another firefighting. I like that it's a fire dark. It makes sense because it's like a wrestler and it fights dirty. The champion belt being made out of fire is really cool. It's still having the fire like signage on its head. The whiskers are like really overgrown, huge hands. It is a good look, and its stats are really good. Darkest Lariat is a very good move. Its move pool is it's one of the best competitive Pokemon that you can have. Like, I'm not being hyperbolic. If you have a hidden ability in a Intimidate Incineroar with Darkest Lariat, you got a pretty damn good shot of winning whatever competitive thing you're doing. Number 8, Feraligatr. It's pretty close between that and Incineroar. I think it should have been a Steel type. Or an Ice type because it learns it learns Ice Punch, it learns Ice Fang, it can learn Ice Beam. But yeah, the fact that it doesn't is a little disappointing, but the hypothetical being the only detrimental thing I can think about it means it's a pretty good Pokemon. 7, Sceptile. Sceptile. What can I think about that's negative? I guess it's similar in design to the other two. Like, not like they look the same, but like in how I feel about them. Being pure grass, that's the only thing I can think of. It's pure grass in a line of starters that the other two have secondary typings. That's all I can think of. And it's physical attack not being great, but it's really good special attacker. But that's it. Number 6, we got Empoleon. Empoleon would be flipped with Sceptile if Sceptile had a secondary typing. The Water Steel is... Good lord. The Water Steel typing is the thing that helps it out. I like that it's fancy looking penguin. It has the steel on the side of its flippers that make it like kind of sword like. Having a trident on its head as like a face mask is also really cool design wise. They did really good there. They did really good with the Hoenn and Sinnoh Pokemon. Uh, Number 5, Blaziken. OG Firefighting, I really love the hair look that it has. The fact it can learn bounce and all like close combat and double kick and all these really, really good moves. Its stats are also really good. It is strong. So when it comes to the firefighting Pokemon, if you want something that's tanky, you go Emboar. If you want something that's fast, you go Infernape. If you want something that hits hard, you go Blaziken. And that is why it's as high as it is. Its design is really good. Huge improvement from like Combusken. Yeah, hits hard, looks good. OG firefighting. I mean, what's not to love about it? Number 4, Torterra. Torterra looks cool. Its stats are amazing. Grass ground is really good. It's just not as good as these last 3. 3, Greninja. Fast, special attack is good. It's a frog ninja. It's a water dark type frog ninja. Water Shuriken is a cool move. Like, what's not to love? What's not to love? Learning Substitute, learning Shadow Sneak. Oh my god, like, come on. Only reason it's not higher is because these two exist. I mean, number 2, we got Swampert. It's a water ground type. The only weakness it has is grass. It has the highest stats out of any starter. I think it's 535. So it's in the ballpark of closing in on being a pseudo legend. But it's awesome. I mean, look at it. It's a huge. It's a tank. It's a natural progression from Derpy Mudkip into a water ground tank like Axolotl. Only downsides to it are the 4 times weakness to grass, and then it's still being mildly derpy. That's really it. And then number 1 is Infernape. I mean, firefighting fast monkey with huge bouts of fire on its head as opposed to like the hair that's on top. It honestly, it's up there for not just one of my favorite starters, but one of my favorite Pokemon. It's awesome. It and Blaziken both, honestly. But yeah. So hopefully you didn't see that too much. Getting into the base forms here. You know, I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to get rid of all these guys. So, sorry, give me just a second here. Base forms. The region with the best base form starters, Sinnoh, with a score of 6. Now, how I got these scores is I took the ranking of each. Here, I'll like show. Of each of the starters. So, like, Sinnoh being 2 for Chimchar, 4 for Turtwig, and then what is it? 12 for Piplup. And I took them, added them all up, and divided that by 3, and that's the score that region is. And then for the final verdicts, for the total lineup, it's the base form's final score plus the secondary's final score plus the final form's final score divided by 3, and that's the overall lineup's final score. So, that being said, 1, Sinnoh, most well-rounded, They look combination of cute and cool. They're all memorable. A lot to say about them. 2, Kanto at 6.7. It's really close between these two. Kanto is incredibly close. Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander are all really good designs that are in close proximity to each other in which you'd want to choose. There's no super clear favorite. They're all good. And that helps a lot for these scores. 3, Hoenn, not at 87, at 8. It's really close between these three. Honestly, as much as I love Torchic, it was detrimental to the final score there. 4, we got Johto at a 9.7. Totodile being number 1 was a huge help. That was a huge help for the Johto region. And Cyndaquil still being relatively high up despite the jump to 3D also was very helpful. That being said, Chikorita, big downside, and there's more downsides coming in the future. But base form wise, hey, in the upper echelon at least, so it has that going for it. Number 5, Hisui, so Legends Arceus at an 11.3. I mean, you have Cyndaquil, who I said was still in the upper echelon. You have Oshawott, who, despite how much I like it, is at least, it's average. And then Rowlet, who is also, at minimum, average. So you don't have a single base form that is bad. And that is a big help because there are other regions that do have at least one bad starter. All right, 6. Alola at a 12.7. As much as I love all the starters, Popplio isn't the best. Litten is up there, but not the best. Same with Rowlet. Like, you're getting into average. I mean, it's above average because the lowest you can get is 30 for the base forms, but it's not that great. It's not as good as the others, very clearly. 7. Probably my favorite region, but Unova. Not my favorite region for starters. 16. A little bit below average. That's really all you have to say. I mean, they're all 3 starters are fine. I mean, if you go back and look at them here. Let's look here. Tepig is fine. You know, Oshawott is fine. Snivy's right there too. It's fine. None of them stand out. And that's just a fact. As much as I like them, as much as I like Pokemon Black and White 2, that's fact. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Here you have a jump. At 8, Galar, 22.3. Over 6-point jump. That is a bad sign. That means Galar's got some bad looking starters. And I mean, you look at it and Score Bunny is the highest at 17th place. It looks fine. But the other two are like, God, Sobble looks bad. And like, Grookey is like, I guess. But not good. 9. What do we got here? This one, honestly, ended up surprising me a little bit. It was a tie between Galar and Kalos. Kalos, I put behind because all of its Pokemon are lower than Galar's highest. None of them are higher than 17th, so I gave it to Galar. If you were to look just at the base forms, if you were to give every single one of them an Everstone between Scorbunny, Chespin, Grookey, Froakie, and Sobble, and Fennekin. All 6 of them. Give them an Everstone. Don't let them evolve. I would take Scorbunny before I would take any of the other ones. And that's why I took Galar above Kalos. And then 10th, I don't know what the region is called. I don't even know if they announced it. But Gen 10. Brout, Palmbon, and Gekwa. They all look terrible. I hate all of them. That's all there is to that. That is all I have to say towards them. And what the hell am I doing here? Alright. Okay. Secondaries. Let's go ahead and go here. Secondary forms. First place. Kanto with a 5.3. Most well-rounded. Most improved. They're all, go back and look at them real quick. One is right outside the top 5. And that's it. They're all natural progressions from their base designs. All their stats are still good. The move pools they have are good. Sans War Turtle. That's really the downfall of the Squirtle lineup is the limited move pool. But that's it. Number 2. This was very surprising to me. Hisui at a 9.7. You have Dewott, you have Dartrix, and you have Quilava. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Having one in the top 3 was very helpful for it. I'll put it that way. And this is a almost 4.5 point jump between number 1 and number 2, which is a glaring sign of how bad the lineups are when it comes to middle evolutions. And that helps a lot. That's going to help a lot for Kanto. I can tell you that. That is going to help a lot for Kanto. Number 3, Unova at 11. Again, this is another pretty decent jump between Hisui and Unova. Having Dewott helps, and Servine being alright, being pretty decent, helps. Pignite was detrimental, though. Pignite was definitely detrimental, though. 4th, we got Hoenn. This honestly shocked me. I love Hoenn. Marshtomp being as derpy as it is, not great. Combusken just being a straight up dick, also not great. The pros: Marshtomp, Water Ground, Grovyle being as good as it is, and then firefighting for Combusken. That's it. 5. Sinnoh at 11.7. Grotle being as kind of as it is. Grotle and Prinplup both are uncomfortable looking, are either uncomfortable to look at because they look so unnatural and are such a regression from their base forms to forgettable at best. Monferno carried it to 5th. That's the way to look at it. Monferno carried the middle forms of Sinnoh to an 11.7 to 5th place. That is bad. That is very bad. At 6th, we got Alola at 13.3. Looking at these guys, you got Torracat at 6th. You got Brion, and you got... Where are you? Dartrix. Dartrix is like right there. I'm blind. One good, two blech. That's... Alright. 7, we got Johto at 15. Quilava is alright, except for in 3D. Croconaw looks really bad. Bayleaf is forgettable. That's... You have one decent, one forgettable, one bad. They're average. Overall, that lineup is just... It adds up to average. 8th, Kalos at 18. Frogadier, not a good look. Quilladin, really bad look. Braixen, alright, pretty. So you got one forgettable and two bads. That also not good. 9. Paldea at a 19.3. 19.3. So, what do we got here? Florigato, which is pretty forgettable. Quaxwell and Crocolore. Both look really bad, and I hate looking at them, so I'm going to leave this tab. And the fact that they're not last is really bad, because 1 point behind, we got Galar. Thwackey and Drizzile. I'm not even going to pull up the tab. They're disgusting. They're just disgusting. They're disgusting. I hate them. I don't know why Game Freak took the approach they did, or Pokemon Company, or whoever made these decisions. I don't think I can ever forget. No, I don't want you to see this. I don't want you to see those. I don't want you to see those yet. All right. Final forms. Most important ones. Number 1, we got Sinnoh. 3.7. I mean, all 3 of them are in the top 10. What else is there to say, man? What else is there to say? One's number 1, one's number 4, and one's like number 6. Like, it doesn't get better than that, man. Number 2, trailing by 1 point. Hoenn, 4.7. Pretty sure they also have 3 in the top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, also have 3 in the top 10. Helps a lot. That definitely helps a lot. And they both have 1 in the top 2. That's really good. 3. In 3rd place, we got Kanto with a jump to 11. We went from 4.7 to 11. Now, before Gen 1ers come and, pin me to the cross, nail me to the cross, and, or just straight up execute me, the Kanto ones are good. They're all good. It is very good that they're consistent. Like, it's literally 10 to 11 to 12. 10 through 12 are all Gen 1. It's really good that there's no, clear jump from the other. It's just that none of them stand out as much as any of these guys do. That's all there is to it. 3rd place is still good, guys. 3rd place, you're still on the pedestal. It's good. It's good. 4th place, you got Alola at 13.3. Incineroar is really good, especially competitively. Primarina, the fairy typing helps a lot. Decidueye is really unique and cool concept. They're all good. They're all good. That's all there really is to it. 5th, we got Johto with a score of 16.7. Meganium's not good. Meganium not good. Feraligator's good. Typhlosion's pretty good. But, yeah, I mean, it not that good of a region for starters, to be honest with you. 6, we got Kalos at 18 even. There's a clear favorite on which one to pick, and that is Greninja. If you do not choose Greninja, you were wrong in which one you chose. Sorry, not sorry. That is just fact. Next, we got Hisui at 19 even. They're all fairly decent. They're unique concepts, unique twists to the original Pokemon that they were inspired by. 8th, we got Unova at a 19.7. All of them are decent. They're a little subpar, but like they're unique. I like them, but I acknowledge that there's definitely issues with them. 9. Another jump here. Galar at 20. Not Galar. Galar 24 and Paldea at 25. Cinderace is fairly decent. Rillaboom's pretty bad. Inteleon, terrible. Quaquaval, terrible. Skeledirge, pretty bad. Meowscarada, pretty bad. Yeah, they did not do well these past two unique generations. That is for sure. They did not do too hot. Now, alright. We'll just get right into it because you just saw it again. But lineup ranking. I told you how it works. At 10, Paldea at a 22.7. They're not good. Overall, the entirety of the lineups are not good. The best thing they have is Sprigatito. Base grass form is the best one. That's not good. Galar at 22.2. Really close. But, at least Grookey's okay. They should have they have three decent forms. An entire lineup is decent. Like, you got Scorbunny, Raboot, and Cinderace. Like, got a clear favorite in which to choose, but 8, Kalos, 19.4, 7, Unova, jumping to 15.7. So 4 points up from Kalos. Like I said, you have a clear favorite in Greninja. For Kalos, it's pretty similar to Paldea. There really only being like one good design, and that being Greninja. 6, Johto, 13.8. Totodile, Feraligatr, Typhlosion, the Cyndaquil line. All good. Oh, shoot. 5, Hisui, 13.3. They're good. Number 4, Alola, 13.1. That is really close. But the entire Litten line is good. Rowlet is good. Poplio's good. Primarina's pretty good. Decidueye, good. So it's an improvement. 3, Hoenn. This is another big jump. 8 to 13. So, I mean, all the base forms are good. You got Torchic being the worst one at like 11 or 12. Trico, Mudkip. Mid forms, unfortunately, only like Grovyle is good, but then the final forms, all of them are in the top 10. Hugely beneficial. Probably my favorite, like, overall entirety lineup, but again, I try to add a little bit of objectivity here. 2, Kanto, 7.7. Having the middle forms be as good as they are helped a lot. If Hoenn didn't have bad middle forms, it would be the best. It would be the best. It would be number 1 probably, because number 1, Sinnoh, 7.1, a 0.9% difference to less than a point to number 3, which goes to show me, if you look at Kanto, the final forms being number 10, 11, and 12 overall out of 27, just step down from the base forms, or the final forms, rather, of Sinnoh and Hoenn. It just shows me that the middle forms are hugely important. You cannot go from a decent or good base form to a bad middle form to a good final form. Even if you regress a little bit in the final form from the middle form, it will be okay. But you cannot have a terrible middle form. Like, Grottle got bailed out by the entire Chimchar line. Honestly, Chimchar was literally a hair away from being number 1. And then the number 1s would go Chimchar for base, secondary being Inferno, final being Infernape. A literal hair difference. I mean, regions can't do that. They got bailed out so hard. But also Torterra being in the top 4 and Empoleon right outside the top 5 also helped a lot. But Kanto, I mean, you had the base forms were all in the top 10, if I'm remembering right. I think the top 2 of the 3 were in the top 5. All of them were in the top 8 for the secondary forms. And then, like I said, 10 through 12 for the final forms. It added up to a 7.7. I mean, it's close. Honestly, when I originally did this, I was shocked because Kanto ended up being number 1. I went and looked over move pools and revised based on stats and moves. As much as I love Blastoise. Blastoise is my favorite out of the 3. It's really limited move pool ended up making a difference. I originally had it above Charizard and Incineroar and stuff. But so I think I had it at number 8. Number 8 or number 9. That move pool changed everything, though. And, yeah. That being said, this was my very, very longer than I wanted it to be, relatively unfiltered, completely unscripted video, off the dome. Somewhat off the dome, because, I had my list here, but on starting lineups of Pokemon. So, thanks for watching. Enjoy your Pokemonth, and peace.